Good day, viewers. We are here again for another short discussion series. We claim that we are running a federal system, but as far as I'm concerned, what we run is a unitary and very rigid system because it has failed to give the necessary component the advantage that they desire. How can you, every time we sit down, you find out that sitting governors come to Abuja to share money and go back? It's the only responsibility we elect them to do. The share money is like a feeding bottle arrangement. We cannot have a federal structure that works like that and can cater for the Nigerian people. Government is elected to be able to provide for security, for life and property. That's the number one, how they call it, function of government in our constitution. And yet, you see that our structure is not working effectively to give that advantage to the people. So we're talking about employment. When you talk about employment, there's nowhere in the world, I study economics, there's nowhere in the world that government can employ the population that we have. Over 200 million people. It's not possible. But government has failed in another form. Government has failed because government responsibility is to create an enabling environment where businesses and investment can thrive. Government is supposed to provide what we call, if you do commerce or economics, you know. They say when you want to set up industry, you look at what we call, the very important infrastructure that you need, good roads, water, the amenities that can make that company work. But as we speak now, we can't transport goods from Lagos to Kano. We can't take from Sokoto to Ibadan because our roads are dead trap. Even the unnecessary kidnapping that happened on the road are also affected that. And the young people that you are challenging to be able to do something, what has government done to help them? What has government done to create that enabling environment that their business can thrive? Nigeria is not growing because 90% of what we use in this country are imported. You cannot have an importing economy and expect the country to grow. It will not grow because it keep on affecting your money value. It keep on affecting your economic value. You are selling and buying so that other economy will grow. What has China done? What have Philippines done? What we are supposed to do is to be able to create an environment where artisans, small and medium scale enterprises is the mainstay of any economy in the world. Go to the United States. But we have concentrated so much that our College of Education, our teachers' training have collapsed. Our ability to be able to run effective artisan management scheme has failed. People no longer see learning how to do mechanic as a good job. Because government has neglected those sectors. Government has not given the attention to small and medium scale enterprises. And for that reason, if you don't create an enabling environment for business to grow, the burden now falls on government. Because if you look at the population, demographic population of Nigeria, you see that youth have the largest chunk of that population. And if our youth are there, you are talking about immigration, you are talking about road safety, you are talking about civil. How many are they going to employ? The capacity to employ what is needed is very in deficit. So we must work with government, and government must work with the people. Because government himself is not beholden to himself, it's beholden to the people. And creating that environment where there will be accessible road, there will be pipe-borne water. Nobody talks about pipe-borne water again. As we speak, if you are building a house, you form your own security network in your house. You do your own pipe-borne water by drinking a borehole. So where do we go from here? It has been estimated by statisticians that in the next 2050, Nigeria population will rise to 400 million. So how do we cater for that growth if we're not planning today? If we're not doing the right thing, that will be able to give advantage to our youth. We have wonderful youth who are very interested to be, because crime rate is, as far as I'm concerned, crime rate in Nigeria is still low. And very low because of our communal lifestyle, because of the attitude of how religion has come to play in our life. If not, people would have taken to the street to be able to agitate for better welfare, to agitate for better environment, to agitate for work. But everybody keep on struggling in spite of the challenges that are very enormous and obvious. So it is important that we must take into cognition that our federal system has failed. We are running a unitary system. We are not running a system that will cater for the interest of all Nigerians. We are running a system that only benefits those that have been elected, only come to share. Look at the state, how the state has failed. If we decide to restructure today, it will benefit Nigeria more. Because there's no state you go to in Nigeria that do not have resources, that can sustain that country. So we must restructure and give resources back to the state, while they give certain percentage back to the federal government, which is very important for this state to grow. We must be able to allow the state to be competitive in business. If there are no competition, there will be redundancy. People will sit and then continue to share what we call this feeding bottle arrangement where people come to collect allocation that has been contributed by some other few states and share and then go back again. Since when all these governments in the world have seen? How many times do you see that governors fly to France to meet the president? How many times do you see that governors fly to Washington to meet Trump? Or fly now to meet Joe Biden? So we must restructure our country. We must restructure so that the Nigerian state will independently survive and work for the interest of their state, for the interest of Nigeria, and for the growth of the people. Thank you very much for watching.